Good evening and welcome to the evening news. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbuola. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has restated his commitments to the welfare of civil servants in the state as he pledged to pursue initiatives that would make life better for them. The governor made the pledge in Osogbo, the state capital, while addressing workers who trooped out to welcome him to the secretariat in appreciation of the implementation of the 75,000 naira new minimum wage and other welfare packages. The workers, led by the chairman of the Trade Union Congress, Abimbola Fasasi, and the Nigeria Labour Congress, Christopher Arapashukwu, converged on the entrance to the secretariat, awaiting Adeleke's arrival. When the governor's convoy eventually emerged after some hours of waiting, the workers led them to his office at the Bola Ige House, where he addressed them. In his address, Governor Adeleke commended the workers for their support of his administration, adding that every worker deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. According to him, it is a sin to neglect workers' welfare, as he affirmed his passionate commitment to workers' welfare, promising that the more the resources, the more Osun State government will deepen its pro-workers programs and policies. Ebonyi State Governor Francis Nwifuru has threatened to replace workers in the state should they fail to return to work. Nwifuru made the threat during a live broadcast in his office at Government House, Centenary City, Adeleke. The visibly angry governor vowed that he would not only withhold the salaries of the striking workers, but also replace any of them who failed to report to office in the next 72 hours. The governor, who was produced by the APC, picked against the ongoing strike, stating that he had done so much for workers in the state, adding that he is paying what he is supposed to be paid, and according to the agreement and the constitution. He stated that he has called the chairman, Civil Service Commission in Ebonyi State, and directed all the commissioners to go to their offices as well as the agencies and departments of government to record the people that come to work. Chairman, Nigeria Labour Congress, Ebonyi State Chapter, Professor Ugogu Egu, had expressed displeasure over the perceived lackadaisical attitude of the governor towards the plight of workers, saying the condition of civil servants in the state is worrisome. The People's Democratic Party and other stakeholders have called for broader consultations among relevant stakeholders to address concerns over the tax bills currently before the National Assembly for consideration and passage. The PDP Deputy National Publicity Secretary Ibrahim Abdullahi and the Deputy National Youth Leader Timothy Osadolo wondered why President Bola Tinubu was in a hurry to pass the bills. For more than 2 weeks, the bills have sparked widespread controversy, with some northern lawmakers strongly opposed to the passage of the bills. Following approval of the Federal Executive Council in October, President Tinubu transmitted 4 tax reform bills to the National Assembly for consideration. The federal government says the bills are aimed at overhauling the nation's tax system. They include the Nigeria Tax Bill 2024, the Nigeria Tax Administration Bill, the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill. The proposed legislation seeks to consolidate existing tax laws, establish clearer frameworks for tax administration, and create bodies like the Tax Appeal Tribunal and the Office of the Tax Ombudsman. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has reviewed the recovery of an estate in the Lokogoma district of Abuja, measuring 150,500 square meters and containing 753 units of duplexes and other apartments. The commission described this as its single largest asset recovery since its inception in 2003. According to a statement issued via the Commission's X-handle, the estates rest on the plot 109 Cadastral Zone CO9 of the district was forfeited in a ruling by Justice Jude Nwabuese. The forfeiture of the property of the Federal Republic government the forfeiture of the property to the federal government by a former top brass of the government was in pursuant to EFCC's mandate and policy directive of ensuring that the corrupt and fraudulent do not enjoy the proceeds of their unlawful activities. The statement noted, saying the Commission relied on Section 17 of the Advanced Fee Fraud and Other Fraud-Related Offences Act number 14, 2006, and Section 44, subsection 2B of the Constitution of the 1999 Constitution to push its case. Justice Nwagboeze stated that the said ex-government official had not shown cause as to why he should not lose the property. The ruling All Progressives Congress denied knowledge of an alleged splinter group, Team New Nigeria, saying the alleged rebels are not known members of its party. The TNN had announced that its loyalists are leaving the APC folds towards the formation of a new political party that will rescue Nigeria from the threshold of poverty, hunger, insecurity, and devastation. The group's national president, Modibo Farakwai, who boasted at the official inauguration of the Kano State Harmonization Committee that they were targeting no fewer than 26 million voters across the country. Farakwai added that all their supporters had unanimously agreed to form a new Nigeria party devoid of misgovernance, selfish leadership, and corrupt political office holders. Reacting, the Deputy National Organizing Secretary of the APC, Chidi Duru, expressed surprise at the report, saying the members are not card-carrying members of the party. Duru noted that even the name of the group and its president did not sound familiar. According to him, a genuine member of the APC knows there is a mechanism to resolve a grievance before it gets to the stage of defecting or exiting the party. He said if the group comprises APC members and have a copy of the Constitution, they would already know there is a way to effect a change in the leadership of the APC, not to leave the APC and register another political party. Moving on to sport, Kano Pillars midfielder Rabiu Ali and 29 other home-based players have been invited to the Super Eagles Camp B by interim coach Austin Ugwavon ahead of this month's 2024 CHAN qualifiers double-header against Ghana. It is the third phase of camping for the home-based players following two previous camping organized by the Nigeria Football Federation in November. The 44-year-old, who has scored 8 goals in the 2024-2025 MPFL season, alongside Remo Stars goalkeeper Kayode Bankole, Rivers United defender Stephen Mayo, Abia Warriors exciting forward Sunday Mego, and leading Nigeria Premier League for top scorer Anas Yusuf are among the 30 players for the assignment. According to the NFF, the players are to resume camp at the Remo Star Stadium Ikenne ahead of the first leg, which will be played in Accra, with the return leg scheduled for the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, Oyo, Akwa Ibom State. While moving on to the foreign scene, almost 4 months after Ukrainian troops launched a lighting offensive into the Russian region of Kursk, text messages from soldiers fighting there paint a dismal picture of a battle they do not properly understand and fear might be losing. They speak of dire weather conditions and a chronic lack of sleep caused by Russia's constant bombardment, which includes the use of terrifying 3,000 kg glide bombs. They are also in retreat, with Russian forces gradually retaking territory. Reports say soldiers are experiencing immense fatigue and lack of rotation, and the arrival of units made up largely of middle-aged men brought directly from other fronts with little or no time to rest in between. The soldiers complained about their commanding officers' orders, and the lack of equipment is hardly unusual. It is what soldiers often do in difficult circumstances or the immense pressure from the enemy, and with winter setting in, it will be surprising to hear much optimism. Some questioned whether one of the operation's initial goals to divert Russian soldiers from Ukraine's eastern front had worked. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Do join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.